Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your own thoughts, unable to find a moment of peace amidst the mental chaos? If so, you are not alone. Our minds, constantly bombarded by external stimuli, often become battlefields of worries and distractions. But there is a solution. Today, we will explore powerful strategies to renew the mind and stop overthinking. Number 1. Simplify your life. The one who gets lost in daydreams, who becomes entangled in a web of thoughts, unable to escape. Life is too short to be consumed by incessant reflections. Simplify your life. Imagine a river. The water flows effortlessly, navigating around obstacles, following its natural course. This is the way of the wise Stoic. He does not fight against the current of life with useless worries. He embraces the flow, accepting what comes and goes, without clinging to what he cannot control. When you stop overthinking, you discover the beauty of simplicity. There is a purity in accepting life as it is, in living the present without being haunted by the past or fearful of the future. The mind clears, and you begin to see things more clearly. What once seemed complicated suddenly becomes clear. The key is in acceptance. Accept that not everything is under your control. Stop worrying about what you cannot change. Instead, focus on what you can do now, in the present moment. This is the essence of Stoicism. Focusing on what is within our reach and letting go of what is not. How many times have you found yourself caught in an endless cycle of what-ifs? What if I had done things differently? What if this doesn't work? These thoughts are traps of the mind, diversions that lead us away from the path of serenity. Stop. Breathe. Let these thoughts go, like leaves in the wind. Remember, you are the captain of your own ship, and these thoughts are just passing storms. Find strength in simplicity. Reduce your needs, your expectations, your desires. When you simplify, you discover that you need much less than you imagined to be happy. The essential is invisible to the eyes, said a wise man. The Stoic understands this deeply. He sees value in what is enduring, in virtue, in inner peace. Cultivate indifference to external whims. The world is full of distractions, things that clamor for your attention, but few of them really matter. The opinions of others, material possessions, social status, all these are ephemeral. What truly matters is your character, your integrity, your tranquility of spirit. Find purpose in what is simple and essential. Waking up with the sun, feeling the breeze on your face, hearing the birds sing. These small moments are what make life rich and meaningful. Value them. Let them nourish your soul. When you stop overthinking, you discover true freedom. The freedom to live without the weight of unnecessary worries, without the burden of unrealistic expectations. You free yourself to be who you really are, to live according to your own values, to find joy in simplicity. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that happiness does not come from outside, but from within. It is not something we find, but something we cultivate. Simplify your life, and you will discover that happiness was there all along, waiting to be revealed. You may think that simplifying is easy in theory, but difficult in practice. It's true. It requires discipline, self-control, and above all, courage. The courage to let go of what is unnecessary, to face life with a clear mind and a serene heart. But it is worth it. Imagine a sculptor before a block of marble. He does not just see a stone, he sees the form within it, waiting to be revealed. With each strike of the chisel, he removes the excess until the hidden beauty emerges. So it is with life. Remove the excess thoughts, worries, and fears, and you will reveal the beauty of simplicity. Number 2. Establish clear boundaries. Imagine the vastness of an ocean where each wave is a thought, a worry, a distraction. Without boundaries, you drown in this tempestuous sea. But with boundaries, you build a secure shore, a marked line where serenity can flourish. Establishing boundaries is an act of self-respect. It is recognizing that your mind and time are too valuable to be wasted on trivialities and confusion. When you set boundaries, you are drawing the map of your own peace. You are charting a clear path where your energy is not dissipated in 1,000 directions, but focused on what truly matters. Boundaries are a shield against the tyranny of others' expectations. The world will always demand more from you, more time, more attention, more conformity. But by establishing boundaries, you firmly declare, "Here is where I remain whole. Here is where I preserve my essence." It is a stance of strength, of recognizing your own worth. Think of nature. A tree grows better when it is not suffocated by weeds. Likewise, you thrive when you eliminate excess and establish clear spaces for growth. Boundaries are those natural barriers that allow your true essence to flourish. The Stoic understands that setting boundaries is not about isolation, but about clarity. It is discerning what is essential from what is superfluous. It is saying no to distractions and yes to depth. In a noisy world, boundaries are your inner silence, your island of tranquility. When you stop thinking so much and set boundaries, you begin to hear the voice of wisdom. It is this voice that guides your actions, that gives you the courage to face challenges without getting lost in useless daydreams. The mind, when not overloaded, finds simple and effective solutions to complex problems. Boundaries are the gateway to this clarity. Consider the great sages of the past. They understood the importance of boundaries. Their days were structured with moments of contemplation, work, and rest. They knew that the mind needs order to function well. Without boundaries, everything becomes chaos, a confusion that obscures vision and paralyzes action. Boundaries are a form of self-care. They allow you to recover energy, nourish your spirit, protect your sanity. By setting boundaries, you are telling yourself that you deserve respect, that your peace is a priority. It is an act of self-love, of recognizing your intrinsic value. In practice, setting boundaries can be as simple as deciding when to start and finish work, how much time to dedicate to social media, which commitments to accept and which to decline. It is defining a sacred space for yourself where you can recharge your strength, reflect on your actions, and realign with your goals. Boundaries are not insurmountable walls, but flexible guides that shape your journey. They give you the freedom to choose your battles, to focus on what really matters, to live according to your own values. Without boundaries, you become a slave to circumstances. With them, you become the master of your destiny. Setting boundaries is also an act of courage. It requires facing the fear of displeasing others, of being judged, of seeming selfish. But remember, you cannot serve the world if you are exhausted, confused, lost. Your first responsibility is to yourself. Only by taking care of your own mind and spirit can you significantly contribute to the well-being of others. Number 3. Dedicate time to your thoughts. In a world saturated with distractions where the mind is constantly bombarded by external stimuli, there is profound power in reserving moments to reflect. A somber philosopher understands the importance of looking inward, of exploring the recesses of one's own mind, where true wisdom resides. Dedicating time to your thoughts does not mean getting lost in futile daydreams or worries that lead nowhere. It is about cultivating the art of introspection, creating a sacred space where the mind can wander freely, without the pressure of external demands. It is an act of discipline, seeking clarity amidst chaos. When you stop overthinking and dedicate yourself to understanding your own thoughts, you begin to discern the essential from the superfluous. The human mind is a vast library of experiences, emotions, and ideas. Without time dedicated to reflection, this library remains disorganized, a labyrinth where clear vision of what truly matters is lost. Introspection is a powerful tool. It allows you to observe your thoughts with a critical eye, identifying patterns, understanding motivations, recognizing fears and anxieties. This is the first step to true freedom, self-awareness. When you dedicate time to this practice, you begin to unravel the secrets of your own mind, and in doing so, you gain control over it. Think of the great sages of the past. They reserved time for meditation, for contemplation. It was not a luxury, but a necessity. They knew that an unguided mind can become a prison of repetitive thoughts and unfounded worries. Introspection, then, is the key to opening this prison, allowing you to see beyond the bars of routine and banality. Dedicating time to your thoughts is also an act of courage. It requires you to face your inner demons, to look at your flaws and weaknesses without fear. It is a solitary journey, but deeply rewarding. By getting to know yourself better, you become more resilient, more capable of dealing with life's challenges with serenity and wisdom. When you stop overthinking and focus on your own thoughts, you start to build an internal map. This map guides your actions, your decisions, your life. It is a compass that points to true north, to the values and principles that truly matter. Without this map, you easily get lost in life's storms, directionless, adrift. The practice of introspection also strengthens the mind. Just as the body needs exercise to stay healthy, the mind needs reflection to remain clear and focused. Dedicating time to your thoughts is like exercising a muscle, making it stronger, more agile, more capable of facing challenges with determination. In a world that values incessant action, introspection may seem like a waste of time, but it is precisely the opposite. It is in the quiet of reflection that the greatest ideas emerge, that the most creative solutions manifest. It is in the calm of thought that you find the strength to act with purpose and conviction. Stop overthinking and start thinking deeply. Dedicate time to your thoughts and you will discover an inexhaustible source of wisdom within yourself. You will learn to navigate the turbulent waters of life with greater clarity, to make choices more aligned with your values, to live in a more authentic and meaningful way. Dedicating time to your thoughts is an act of self-love. It is recognizing that your mind deserves care, attention, respect. It is valuing your own capacity to reflect, to learn, to grow. When you do this, you not only improve your own life, but also become a source of inspiration and wisdom for others. Imagine yourself as a gardener of the mind. Each thought is a seed. By dedicating time to tend to this inner garden, you decide which seeds to cultivate and which to pull out. You nurture ideas that promote growth and pull out the weeds of fear and doubt. The result is a garden of clear and harmonious thoughts, where wisdom can flourish. Number 4. Use positive affirmations. Imagine your mind as a garden. Negative thoughts are weeds, taking root and choking the flowers of wisdom and peace. The practice of using positive affirmations is like planting seeds of virtue and courage in this inner garden. Positive affirmations are powerful declarations that shape your reality. When you repeatedly tell yourself that you are capable, worthy, and strong, you begin to transform your perception of the world and yourself. The mind is influenced by the words you choose, and these words have the power to change your destiny. Start your day with words of strength. Upon waking, declare, "Today I am resilient in the face of challenges. I have the ability to overcome any obstacle with serenity and wisdom." These words are not just an optimistic facade, they are a commitment to your own inner strength. They reaffirm your ability to face whatever comes with a calm and determined mind. When you use positive affirmations, you are training your mind to focus on what is good and constructive. You are consciously choosing to nurture thoughts that promote growth and well-being. In a world full of uncertainties and challenges, these affirmations are like anchors that keep your mind steady and your soul at peace. The practice of using positive affirmations is not a denial of reality, but an acknowledgement of your inner power. It is the decision not to be overcome by pessimism or doubt. It is the choice to cultivate a mindset that sees opportunities where others see obstacles, that finds strength in adversity. Think of the great philosophers and leaders who, in the midst of the greatest adversities, stood firm through the power of words. They knew that the mind is the fortress where the battle of life is won or lost. Their affirmations were their weapons, their declarations of resistance and hope. Face each difficulty with a positive affirmation. When confronting a problem, tell yourself, "I am stronger than any challenge I face." These words are not just a consolation, they are a call to action, a reminder of your potential. They infuse courage and determination, turning every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Positive affirmations transform your perception of yourself. By consistently declaring that you are worthy of happiness, capable of overcoming difficulties, and deserving of love, you begin to believe these truths. This belief reflects in your actions, in your choices, in your life. You start to live according to these affirmations, building a reality that reflects your worth and potential. Do not underestimate the power of words. Each positive affirmation is a declaration of intention, a conscious decision to live according to your highest values. It is an act of resistance against negativity and despair. It is the construction of a resilient mindset, capable of finding light in the shadows and hope in the darkness. Use positive affirmations to transform your life. Make them a daily ritual, a constant practice. Over time, you will see how these words begin to shape your reality, strengthen your mind, and nourish your soul. You will realize that by stopping overthinking and focusing on positive affirmations, you are cultivating a garden of thoughts that blossom in wisdom, courage, and peace. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, return to your affirmations. Remember, I am strong, I am capable, I am worthy. These are not just words, they are declarations of power, tools of transformation. They are the reflection of your ability to find serenity amidst chaos, to maintain hope in times of despair. By using positive affirmations, you are building an inner fortress. You are creating a space where negativity cannot penetrate, where doubt and fear hold no power. This space is your sanctuary, your source of strength. Within it, you find the clarity and determination needed to face any challenge. Number 5. Limit the information you consume. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by news, opinions, and entertainment, the mind becomes a battlefield, overloaded and confused. Wisdom lies in recognizing the need to restrict the incessant flow of information and choosing discerningly what we allow into our consciousness. Imagine your mind as a container. If you fill this container with trash, it will have no space for what truly matters. Irrelevant information, rumors, and endless dramas are like debris that pollute the clarity of your thinking. Limiting what you consume is an act of purification, a means to protect your sanity and preserve your inner peace. It is not about ignoring the world or isolating yourself from reality, but about cultivating a selective filter. Carefully choose what you read, watch, and listen to. Focus on what nourishes your spirit, on what adds value to your life. Be discerning with the information you allow in, as it shapes your perception, influences your emotions, and determines your peace of mind. Think of the great sages of old. They valued silence and contemplation. They did not let themselves be swept away by the tide of rumors and gossip. They knew that for the mind to be truly wise, it needs time and space to reflect. By limiting the information you consume, you also create this sacred space for introspection and wisdom. Excessive information leads to paralysis. When you try to absorb everything, you end up absorbing nothing of value. The mind becomes numb, unable to discern the important from the trivial. Limiting the consumption of information is a path to clarity. It is choosing what deserves your attention and dedicating yourself fully to it, without distractions. The practice of restricting the information you consume requires discipline. It is an exercise in self-control, a resistance to the temptation of immediacy and instant gratification. It is a commitment to quality over quantity, to depth over superficiality. Each time you say no to a distraction, you are saying yes to your inner peace and wisdom. By limiting the information you consume, you begin to perceive the world differently. Superficiality gives way to depth. Anxiety transforms into serenity. The mind, once chaotic, becomes a tranquil lake where the deepest reflections can emerge. You start living with more intention, with more presence. Reflect on the time you spend consuming information. How much of this information truly adds something to your life? How much of it is just noise, distractions that divert you from what is essential? Time is a finite and precious resource. By choosing to limit the information you consume, you are deciding to invest this time in what truly matters. Wisdom lies in simplification. Less is more. Less irrelevant information, fewer distractions, less chaos. More focus, more clarity, more peace. By simplifying what you consume, You are creating an environment conducive to the growth of your mind and spirit. You are cultivating a garden where wisdom can flourish. Do not let the avalanche of information obscure your vision. Keep your mind clear and focused on what is essential. Each moment of attention is an act of creation, a step in the construction of your reality. By limiting the information you consume, you are choosing to be the architect of your own life, shaping your existence with intention and purpose. Remember, the mind is like a blade. It needs to be sharp to cut with precision. Excessive information is the rust that dulls this blade. Limiting what you consume is polishing this blade, restoring its shine and effectiveness. It is preparing your mind to face challenges with wisdom and determination. Number 6. Meditate daily. Amidst the whirlwind of modern life, the daily practice of meditation is a refuge, an act of resistance against confusion and chaos. It is an anchor that keeps the mind steady, a beacon that guides the soul toward serenity and wisdom. Meditation is not just a moment of silence, but an encounter with oneself. It is an opportunity to observe your thoughts without judgment, to understand your emotions without being controlled by them. When you sit to meditate, you are creating a sacred space where the mind can calm down and clarity can emerge. The practice of daily meditation is like cultivating a garden. Each session is an opportunity to pull out the weeds of negativity, to water the seeds of peace and wisdom. By dedicating time to this practice, you are taking care of your mind, nurturing your spirit, and strengthening your ability to face challenges with serenity. Imagine a tranquil lake. The surface is calm, perfectly reflecting the sky. Yet beneath the surface, there are invisible currents. Meditation is like diving into this lake, exploring the depths of your mind, understanding the currents that move your thoughts and emotions. It is an act of courage and honesty, a journey into oneself. Meditating daily is an exercise in discipline. In a world that values incessant action, finding time for stillness can seem challenging, but it is precisely this stillness that allows the mind to recover, that lets wisdom flourish. It is in the pause that we find strength, in the quiet that we discover truth. The practice of meditation does not require a perfect environment. You don't need a temple or an isolated retreat. All you need is a moment and a space, however small. Sit down, close your eyes, and breathe. Let each breath bring you back to the present, away from worries and distractions. When you meditate daily, you begin to notice subtle but profound changes. Your mind becomes clearer, your reactions more controlled, your vision sharper. Problems that once seemed insurmountable start to dissolve, replaced by a sense of calm and determination. Meditation transforms not only the mind but the way you live each moment. Meditation is also an act of humility. It is recognizing that no matter how much we try to control life, there are forces beyond our control. In meditation, we learn to accept, to surrender to the natural flow of things. We find peace in acceptance, strength in surrender. Stop overthinking and meditate daily. By doing so, you will discover a source of unshakable wisdom within yourself, a tranquility that cannot be disturbed by life's storms. You will become more resilient, more compassionate, more aware. Meditation is a path to self-transformation. Each moment of stillness is an opportunity to be reborn, to leave behind the burdens of the past and the anxieties of the future. It is a continuous process of cleansing the mind, of renewing the spirit. Each meditation session is a step towards a fuller and more meaningful life. When you meditate daily, you are building a solid foundation for your inner peace. This daily practice is a commitment to your own happiness, an act of self-love. It is a recognition that true strength comes from within, that true peace is cultivated in the quiet of the mind. Meditating daily is an act of resistance against the superficiality and chaos of the modern world. It is a return to the roots of wisdom, a reconnection with the essence of being. By dedicating time to this practice, you are choosing to live more consciously, more presently, more truthfully. Number 7, accept impermanence. In a world where everything is in constant flux, fighting against impermanence is like trying to hold sand in your hands. Wisdom lies in embracing this truth, in finding peace in the transient nature of life. Everything around us is in continuous flow. The seasons change, people come in and out of our lives, our own emotions and thoughts are volatile. Impermanence is a fundamental characteristic of existence. Accepting it is an act of liberation, a surrender to the natural rhythm of life. Resistance to impermanence creates suffering. When we cling to what is temporary, we condemn ourselves to an endless battle against the inevitable. Accepting impermanence is recognizing that everything has a cycle, a beginning and an end. It is finding serenity in the fact that nothing is permanent, neither pain nor joy. Imagine a river. Its water is never the same, always flowing, renewing itself with each moment. Our life is like this river. When we accept impermanence, we flow with the current instead of fighting against it. We see each change as an opportunity for renewal, each end as a prelude to a new beginning. Accepting impermanence teaches us to live fully in the present. When we understand that each moment is unique and fleeting, we value the here and now more intensely. We do not waste our time and energy worrying about what is past or anxious about what is to come. We live each moment with total presence and gratitude. Impermanence also teaches us about detachment. By recognizing that nothing lasts forever, we learn to value experiences without clinging to them. We live moments of joy without the fear of losing them, and we face moments of pain with the certainty that they will also pass. Detachment allows us to navigate life with more lightness and resilience. Accepting impermanence is an act of courage. It takes strength to face the transitory nature of all things and find beauty in it. When we accept impermanence, we find peace in change, serenity in uncertainty. We stop seeing impermanence as a threat and start seeing it as a natural and essential characteristic of life. Think of the great sages who, in the midst of the greatest adversities, maintained their calm and wisdom. They deeply understood the transient nature of life. They knew that accepting impermanence was the key to true inner peace. They taught us that by embracing change, we find stability within ourselves. Accepting impermanence also prepares us for loss. Life is full of farewells, abrupt endings, and unexpected transitions. When we accept that impermanence is an inevitable part of life, we are better prepared to deal with loss. We understand that each farewell is a part of life's natural cycle, and that the pain of loss is temporary just like everything else. By stopping overthinking and accepting impermanence, you open up space for true freedom. The freedom to live without the weight of attachment, without the burden of fear. You allow yourself to experience life in its fullness, without the chains of the past or the worries of the future. You find deep peace in each moment, knowing that it is unique and irreplaceable. Impermanence teaches us humility. It reminds us that, no matter how much we try to control life, there are forces beyond our control. This acceptance makes us more humble, more grateful, more aware of our fragility and the ephemeral beauty of existence. We see each day as a gift, each moment as an opportunity for growth and learning. Number 8. Develop an exercise routine. Developing an exercise routine is more than a commitment to the body. It is a commitment to the mind and spirit. Physical discipline reflects mental discipline, and caring for the body is a mirror of caring for the soul. Each morning upon rising, dedicate a moment to preparing the body. This daily practice is not just a ritual of physical strengthening, but an act of reverence for your own existence. The body is the temple of the mind, and a strong temple houses a strong mind. Developing an exercise routine is like erecting solid pillars on which resilience and wisdom can flourish. The movement of the body is a metaphor for the movement of life. Just as life demands flexibility and endurance, physical exercise cultivates these qualities in us. Each drop of sweat is a release of impurities that contaminate both body and mind. Each accelerated heartbeat is a reminder of the vitality that pulses within us, an indomitable force that drives us to continue, to persevere. Imagine yourself as a warrior in training. The battlefield is life, and each exercise is preparation to face the challenges that arise. The physical strength gained through daily discipline is a tangible manifestation of inner strength. Each push-up, Each run, each lift is a brick in the construction of an inner fortress that no obstacle can shake. By developing an exercise routine, you are cultivating courage. The courage to face pain, to overcome limits, to go beyond what seemed impossible yesterday. This courage is not confined to the physical realm. It permeates all aspects of life. A mind trained in the discipline of the body is a mind prepared to face adversity with serenity and determination. Stop thinking so much and move your body. The mind finds clarity in action, in physical effort that transcends mere appearance and becomes a spiritual exercise. The fatigue of the body is a relief for the mind, a silence of the worries that torment. Physical exhaustion brings mental peace, a quietude where true wisdom can emerge. An exercise routine is a daily reminder of impermanence. Each repetition, each mile run is a lesson about the cycle of life: effort, fatigue, recovery, and growth. This cycle teaches us to accept changes, to embrace effort as part of the growth process. Momentary pain is the prelude to lasting strength. Developing an exercise routine is also an act of self-respect. By taking care of your body, you are affirming your worth, your dignity. You are telling the world and yourself that you deserve to be strong, healthy, and resilient. This act of self-respect reflects in all areas of life, influencing your choices, your actions, your relationships. When you commit to an exercise routine, you are cultivating patience. Progress is not immediate. It requires time, effort, and perseverance. Each day is an opportunity to advance a little further, to improve a little more. The patience cultivated in physical effort is a virtue that extends to life as a whole, teaching the importance of continuous effort and persistence. An exercise routine is a meditation in motion. It is a moment of deep connection with yourself, where the mind aligns with the body, and both work in harmony. This alignment brings a sense of balance, a peace that transcends physical effort and becomes an inner tranquility. The mind finds rest in the disciplined action of the body. Stop thinking so much and start moving. Develop an exercise routine, and you will discover a source of strength and wisdom within yourself. Each movement, each breath, each heartbeat is a step toward a life of resilience, courage, and serenity. You will become stronger not only in body but also in mind and spirit, prepared to face any challenge life presents to you. Number 9. Establish clear boundaries. In a world where demands are incessant and expectations are infinite, knowing how to say no is an art that few master. Boundaries are not barriers that isolate you, but guides that lead you to true freedom. True peace and clarity arise when you delineate where the external world ends and your inner space begins. Imagine your life as a garden. If you allow anyone to enter and plant whatever they want, your garden becomes chaotic, lacking identity, suffocated by excess. But if you establish clear boundaries, decide what to plant, where to plant, and when to water, your garden flourishes with order and beauty. These boundaries protect your vital space and ensure it grows harmoniously. Establishing clear boundaries is an act of self-respect. It is recognizing that your time, your energy, and your peace are too valuable to be wasted. Each time you establish a boundary, you are affirming your own dignity, your need to preserve your integrity. You are telling the world that your priorities matter, and that you will not be consumed by others' expectations. Boundaries are not walls of isolation but bridges to true connection. When you know how far you can go and communicate this clearly, your relationships become healthier and more genuine. You avoid the resentment that arises from over-concessions, from unmet expectations. By establishing boundaries, you create a firm ground where mutual trust and respect can grow. Think of the great sages of old. They did not isolate themselves from the world, but knew where to draw the line. They understood that without boundaries, the mind becomes scattered, unable to focus on what truly matters. They knew that to cultivate wisdom, it was necessary to create a sacred space, protected from the distractions and incessant demands of the world. By establishing clear boundaries, you also learn the art of detachment. You understand that you cannot please everyone, that it is not your responsibility to carry the world's weight on your shoulders. Detachment is not indifference but a way to preserve your energy for what truly matters. You choose where to invest your time and attention, and in doing so, find a new depth of purpose and clarity. Boundaries are a shield against the invasion of chaos. They protect you from wear and tear, from exhaustion, from emotional burnout. By drawing a clear line between what is acceptable and what is not, you create a refuge of tranquility where you can recharge your strength. This refuge is essential to keeping the mind serene and the spirit strong. Establishing clear boundaries is also an exercise in self-awareness. To know where to draw the line, you need to deeply understand your own needs and values. This process of self-knowledge is an inner journey that strengthens and clarifies you. You discover what truly matters, what you are willing to tolerate, and what needs to be cut from your life. When you stop overthinking and start establishing clear boundaries, you find a new freedom. The freedom to be yourself, to live according to your own values, to choose your battles. This freedom is the true essence of inner peace, a peace that cannot be shaken by external demands. Boundaries are also an act of courage. It takes courage to say no, to face others' expectations, to assert your own needs. But this courage is rewarded with a more authentic, fuller life, more aligned with who you truly are. Each boundary you establish is a declaration of independence, an affirmation that you are the master of your own life. Number 10. Dedicate time to your thoughts. Amidst the chaos and incessant hustle of the world, reserving a moment for introspection is an act of courage and wisdom. The mind, like a vast ocean, hides treasures in its depths that can only be discovered when the surface is calm. Dedicating time to your thoughts is more than a mere mental exercise. It is an inner journey. It is a dive into the depths of your being, where you confront your fears, understand your motivations, and discover the essence of your true nature. It is in this silent space that true wisdom emerges, free from the distractions and superficialities of the external world. Introspection is the key to true self-understanding. When you allow yourself a moment of reflection, you begin to discern patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. You understand what truly matters, what is essential, and what can be discarded. The clarity that arises from this practice is like a sharp blade that cuts through confusion and doubt, revealing the raw truth. Imagine a vast desert where the silence is absolute and the vastness is overwhelming. Dedicating time to your thoughts is like walking through this desert, facing solitude and emptiness, but finding at the same time a profound serenity and unshakable clarity. It is in this desert that you find yourself, that you discover the inner strength that resides in stillness. The practice of introspection is not a luxury, but a necessity. In a world that values incessant action, finding time to think is an act of resistance. It is a reminder that true strength does not come from constant activity, but from the ability to stop, reflect, and realign with your deepest values. When you dedicate time to your thoughts, you begin to understand the power of the mind. Each thought is a seed that, if cultivated, can grow and transform your life. By consciously choosing which thoughts to nurture and which to discard, you become the gardener of your own mind, cultivating a space of peace, wisdom, and inner strength. Introspection is also a path to healing. Often we carry emotional wounds buried beneath the surface of our consciousness, causing pain and suffering. By dedicating time to reflect, you bring these wounds to the surface, allowing yourself to understand and eventually heal them. True healing begins with deep self-understanding. Stop overthinking and start thinking deeply. Dedicate time to your thoughts and discover a source of wisdom and clarity that has always been within you. By diving into introspection, you will find answers to questions you didn't even know you had, and see solutions to problems that once seemed insurmountable. The daily practice of introspection also strengthens the mind. Just as the body needs exercise to stay healthy, the mind needs reflection to remain clear and focused. Dedicating time to your thoughts is like exercising a muscle, making it stronger, more agile, and more capable of facing challenges with determination. When you stop overthinking and start dedicating time to your thoughts, you discover a new perspective. Worries that once seemed enormous begin to shrink, and the true importance of things becomes apparent. You start to see life with more clarity, to make decisions more aligned with your values and to live more authentically. Dedicating time to your thoughts is an act of self-love. It is recognizing that your mind deserves care, attention, and respect. It is valuing your capacity to reflect, to learn, to grow. When you do this, you not only improve your own life, but also become a source of inspiration and wisdom for others. Imagine yourself as a sculptor, molding the clay of your mind. Each moment of introspection is an opportunity to shape your thoughts, to sculpt your worldview, to create something beautiful and meaningful. By dedicating time to your thoughts, you are building a life of purpose, clarity, and true peace. Number 11. Find time for nature. Amidst the incessant hustle of modern life, nature offers a refuge of serenity and wisdom. It is a return to the roots, a reconnection with what is essential and eternal. When you allow yourself to immerse in the tranquility of nature, you find answers to questions that the confusion of urban mind cannot resolve. Nature is a silent teacher. Each tree, each river, each mountain tells a story of patience, resilience, and timeless beauty. By spending time in nature, you learn the art of stillness, the importance of being present in the moment, and humility in the face of the vastness of the universe. These are profound lessons that can only be understood when you distance yourself from the incessant noise of daily life. Imagine a forest, the peace that emanates from the trees, the gentle sound of the wind through the leaves, the simplicity of each detail. Find time to walk among the trees, to feel the earth beneath your feet, to listen to the birds sing. This simple act of connecting with nature is a moving meditation, an opportunity to clear the mind and revitalize the spirit. Nature teaches us to accept impermanence. The seasons change, the leaves fall, the sun sets. Everything follows its natural course, without resistance, without struggle. By observing these cycles, you begin to understand that life also has its own rhythms and flows. Accepting this brings a deep peace, a serenity born from understanding that everything has its time. When you find time for nature, you discover a space where the mind can calm down and true clarity can emerge. Away from distractions, you can reflect on your life, your choices, your paths. Nature does not judge, does not demand. It simply is. And in this being, you find a mirror for your own existence, a way to see beyond the superficial. Spend some time observing a river. See how it flows effortlessly, navigating around obstacles, following its path with silent determination. There is a profound lesson in this constant flow. Life is movement, adaptation, and continuity. Just like the river, you too can find ways to navigate challenges, to move forward without being hindered by difficulties. Nature also reminds us of our smallness in the universe. By looking at the starry sky, we perceive the immensity of the cosmos and the brevity of our existence. This perspective helps us put our problems in context, understanding that we are just a small part of something much larger. This does not diminish our importance, but teaches us to live with more humility and gratitude. Find time for nature, and you will discover an inexhaustible source of inspiration and renewal. Each sunset, each ocean wave, each ancient forest carries with it the wisdom of past ages. By connecting with this wisdom, you strengthen your mind, balance your emotions, and find a new depth of purpose. Nature teaches us simplicity. In a world obsessed with complexity and excess, nature lives in balance. There is no waste, no exaggeration. Everything has its place, everything has its function. By observing this harmony, you learn to simplify your own life, to focus on the essential and to let go of what is superfluous. Spend time in nature and allow yourself to be part of it. Feel the sun warming your skin, the wind caressing your face, the rain refreshing your soul. These simple and pure experiences have the power to restore your energy, to revitalize your spirit. They remind us that no matter how advanced our civilization is, we are an intrinsic part of this planet and depend on it for our well-being. Nature is a refuge where you can reconnect with yourself. Amidst the tranquility of fields, mountains, and oceans, You find a space where your worries dissipate and your mind clears. It is a place where you can reflect deeply, meditate on your purpose, and align yourself with your true priorities.